5-year-old Dexter is a big baby.
They'll sit back here. They love sunbathing.
But right now, he's missing the time that he spends roaming around his own backyard with his partner, Roxy. But he hasn't really been free to do that since July 5th. That's when their life in their peaceful backyard almost turned deadly.
The sound was unreal.
So what is it
like ear piercings, just like dogs screaming. You could tell they were fighting. By the time it happened, this one was over there. And by the time I got over there, they were both rustling. It happened right in front of the barn.
Both Roxy and Dexter were fighting for their lives against a coyote. John Cotlin couldn't believe it. He had caught glimpses of coyotes around his Brunswick neighborhood before, but never near the house, and certainly not inside his fenced-in yard.
I tried splitting them apart, and that wasn't working. And in the barn, we had like metal concrete stakes. And when they were rolling, I was, beating a coyote. I hate to say it that way, but I was beating a coyote, and that thing would not let go of my dog.
John was bitten on his wrist and on his hand. He spent 4 days in the hospital after the wounds became infected. Roxy was bitten severely in the chest and neck, her skin ripped open. The 7-year-old pit bull mix is still in the hospital. Dexter's head and face were bitten, and doctors managed to save his ear. John says he still can't believe it, and it's changed their routine.
We won't let him out unless someone's back here. We won't. We used to just open the door and they'd stay back here for hours. We don't do that anymore.
Coyotes have moved closer to living around people in recent years and usually avoid people and dogs. Attacks are rare, but they do happen. John says there's a lot of wooded areas and a golf course near his home, and he says on most nights you can hear the coyotes howling from those areas. He says he just wants to get the word out to everyone to be careful, because if they can get into his yard, it's possible they could do the same elsewhere.
There's just a lot of kids in this neighborhood. There's a lot of people that walk their dogs all the time. You see people walking a baby stroller with dogs, and, you don't know what's going to happen.
And that's what you're more worried about, somebody else would have to go.
I just don't want this to happen to anybody else.
In Brunswick, Roosevelt, Leftwich, Fox 8 News.